If you grew up in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, you definitely remember these house designs, and most of them are gone forever. Imagine running through a split-level home just like the Brady Bunch, diving into a wood-paneled basement for birthday parties, or gathering in a sunken conversation pit that felt too cool or dangerous for its own good. According to a 1970 Better Homes and Gardens ad, these layouts once defined family life, inspiring everything from do-it-yourself basement makeovers to national design crazes. But why did homes built for kids' adventures and cozy memories vanish almost overnight? Would anyone today risk a carpeted bathroom or trust their holiday dinners to a sunken living room? The answer reveals more about our childhood and family nostalgia than you might think. Which design will trigger your deepest memory, and which one would you bring back? Split-level homes swept through American suburbs in the late 1960s, promising a new kind of family living. Inspired by modernist design and featured in a 1970 Better Homes and Gardens ad, these houses stacked rooms on staggered levels, garage and den below, living room in the middle, bedrooms up top. For kids, it meant endless stair chases and echoing shouts from one half floor to another. The split level became a cultural icon thanks to the Brady Bunch, whose TV home set the standard for cheerful chaos and after-school adventures. Birthday parties spilled from rec rooms to kitchens, while Thanksgiving dinners split the generations. Grown-ups upstairs, kids plotting mischief below. Builders loved the design for its efficient use of sloped lots and its ability to separate noisy spaces from quiet ones. But by the 1990s, the shine faded. Open concept layouts took over, and families grew tired of navigating stairs at every turn. Accessibility concerns and the hassle of updating so many half floors made split levels feel dated. Today, few new homes follow this blueprint. Would anyone build a house with 3 steps between every room now? Probably not. But for a generation, nothing felt more like home than the sound of siblings racing up and down those split-level stairs. Sunken living rooms, also known as conversation pits, landed in the pages of Better Homes and Gardens in 1975 as the ultimate party zone. With a few steps down from the main floor, these built-in lounges promised a cozy spot for family movie nights or grown-up cocktail hours. For kids, the pit was pure adventure. A private stage for puppet shows, a wrestling ring, or the best seat for unwrapping presents on Christmas morning. The Rasmussens of Minneapolis, featured in that August '75 spread, remembered one holiday when their youngest tumbled straight into the pit before breakfast, sending coffee flying and ornaments rolling. At the time, no one worried much about safety. The thrill was part of the appeal. But by the late 1980s, the mood changed. New building codes began requiring guardrails or higher barriers around any drop more than 21 inches, after a series of household accidents and insurance claims. Many families, including the Rasmussens, filled in their pits or raised the floor to avoid costly renovations and liability headaches. Today, conversation pits are almost extinct outside of mid-century modern revivals. Would anyone risk a sunken living room now? Maybe only the boldest renovators, armed with extra insurance and a healthy respect for gravity. Wood-paneled basements swept across American homes in the wake of the 1973 energy crisis, promising a cozy retreat from rising heating bills. According to Miller Ace Hardware's sales records, demand for do-it-yourself paneling kits skyrocketed 5-fold that winter, as parents scrambled to transform chilly, unfinished basements into warm, inviting dens. Letters sent to hardware stores from families in Ohio and Michigan describe holiday parties surrounded by fresh panels, the scent of sawdust mixing with hot cocoa and laughter echoing off the walls. For kids, these basements became the ultimate play zone. Birthday sleepovers, epic games of hide and seek, and endless rounds of Atari stretched late into the night, safe in the brown glow of faux wood grain. The dark, cave-like atmosphere felt comforting at first, a secret hideout for both kids and parents. But by the early 1990s, tastes had flipped. Homeowners called the look gloomy and outdated, craving lighter colors and open spaces. Sales of paneling collapsed almost overnight, leaving hardware aisles stacked with unsold sheets. Today, the wood-paneled basement survives mostly in family photo albums and retro TV reruns, a reminder that comfort and style don't always age together. Would anyone cover their basement in fake walnut now? Maybe only those chasing the warmth of a childhood den. carpeted bathrooms, yes, actual wall-to-wall carpet in the bathroom, were once the height of home luxury. In the late 1970s, J.C. Penney and Sears catalogs promised plush comfort in every room, showing families brushing their teeth on baby blue shag, toes sinking into softness even as the shower steamed up the mirrors. For kids, it meant sock-footed races to the sink and the odd thrill of drying off on something warmer than tile. But the magic faded fast. By the mid-1980s, health experts started sounding alarms about what lurked beneath the pile. The Centers for Disease Control linked bathroom carpet to a spike in mold, bacteria, and allergy complaints. In 1988, the Baker family of Des Moines made headlines in People magazine after a lawsuit blamed their son's chronic asthma on bathroom carpet mold. Medicaid refused to cover the mounting medical bills, and the story spread nationwide. According to the National Association of Home Builders, 22% of new homes featured carpeted bathrooms in 1980. By 1990, that number had dropped to less than 1%. New building codes soon banned absorbent floors in wet areas altogether. Today, the idea sounds almost unbelievable. Would anyone dare install spa carpet now? Maybe only for a retro prank, because if childhood taught us anything, it's that nothing holds a mystery quite like the smell of a soggy bathroom rug. Popcorn ceilings, those bumpy cottage cheese textures, spread across American homes in the 1970s like a quick-fix miracle. They promised to hide every ceiling crack, cover up sloppy drywall, and save hours of sanding. According to EPA estimates, more than half of U.S. homes built between 1965 and 1980 had popcorn ceilings. Kids couldn't resist flicking off the little bumps, sending white dust drifting down onto birthday cakes and living room forts. For parents, the real shock came later. In 1978, the Consumer Product Safety Commission banned asbestos in ceiling sprays, but millions of homes already had the stuff overhead. The Carter family of Fresno learned this the hard way in 1984, when their home renovation turned into a $10,000 abatement nightmare after a contractor found asbestos in the ceiling texture. Suddenly, what was once a harmless design shortcut became a costly health hazard. EPA studies linked old popcorn ceilings to serious risks, and overnight, real estate ads started warning buyers. By the late 1980s, a wave of professional removals and DIY disasters swept the country. Today, popcorn ceilings are almost extinct, scraped away or sealed up, leaving only the memory of childhood dust storms and the distant worry of what might still be hidden above the drywall. Shag-carpeted stairs brought a wild streak of color and comfort to American homes in the late 1970s and 80s. Catalogs from Mohawk and DuPont Stainmaster sold the dream. Soft, plush steps in neon orange, avocado, or deep blue, perfect for sock-footed slides and impromptu races. For kids, the stairs doubled as racetracks for Hot Wheels and launching pads for daredevil stunts. Karen Baker, whose family starred in a 1988 local news story, still laughs about the time her son's birthday party turned into a pile-up at the bottom of their green shag staircase. Cake, balloons, and all. But not every tumble ended with laughter. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, more than 1 million Americans each year landed in the ER after a stair-related fall in the early 90s. Deep pile carpet was meant to soften the blow, but loose or bunched shag often did the opposite, turning each step into a hidden hazard. Safety columns in Better Homes and Gardens warned families to check for wrinkles and secure every edge, but accidents kept happening. By 1991, consumer watchdogs and local building inspectors were calling for safer, low-pile alternatives. The slip and fall epidemic even became the punchline of urban legends and family home videos, if not an actual Saturday Night Live sketch. Today, shag-carpeted stairs are a rare sight, remembered mostly for their wild colors, soft landings, and the thrill, or terror, of sliding down into family lore. A-frame cabins with their steep triangle roofs and storybook silhouette became the dream getaway for thousands of American families in the 1970s. According to a 1972 Sears home catalog, more than 10,000 A-frame kits were sold that decade, promising a quick escape from suburbia and a slice of wilderness life. These cabins often arrived by truck, packed flat and ready for a weekend of family teamwork, hammering, painting, and arguing over which way the loft ladder should face. For kids, the sharp angles and soaring ceilings turned rainy days into epic board game marathons, while parents enjoyed the illusion of a Swiss chalet, even if the nearest mountain was just a hill behind the house. Furniture was always a puzzle. Standard sofas stuck out at odd angles, and every holiday gathering involved someone bumping their head on a sloping ceiling. Heating these geometric hideaways was another adventure. The open lofts and tall windows looked great in brochures, but families soon discovered that warm air had a habit of drifting up and out, leaving toes cold and cocoa cups steaming. By the late 1980s, the charm faded. Tastes shifted back toward ranches and more practical cabins, and A-frames became harder to sell or remodel. Still, for a generation, nothing said summer like a triangle cabin, a stack of board games, and the sound of rain on a metal roof. Would anyone build an A-frame today? Maybe for an Instagram weekend. But the era of the family mail-order cabin has vanished into the trees. Octagon houses made a quiet comeback in the mid-1970s, sparked by a Smithsonian Magazine article that dusted off memories of their 19th century heyday. Suddenly, real estate brochures and home kit catalogs promised a new twist on family living: 8 sides for maximum sunlight and conversation-starting curb appeal. Fewer than 500 kits ever sold, according to manufacturer records and home design retrospectives. One Ohio family, featured in a 1975 local paper, spent months assembling their Octagon dream with neighbors pitching in, hammering away through a snowy spring. For kids, the odd angles meant secret reading nooks in the world's weirdest blanket forts. Every birthday party felt like it happened in a lighthouse or a spaceship, but furnishing these homes was a puzzle. Standard couches stuck out at strange angles, and hanging a picture straight was almost impossible. Heating and cooling proved tricky too. Drafts crept in at every corner, and roof leaks were a common headache. By 1978, kit suppliers quietly dropped Octagon plans from their catalogs, citing low demand and too many customer complaints about wasted space. Today, Octagon houses are rare curiosities, more likely to show up in a design blog than a new subdivision. Would anyone tackle the 8-sided challenge now? Maybe only the bravest DIYers, or the truly nostalgic, would risk building a house that turns every family gathering into a geometry lesson. Pastel bathroom suites swept into American homes in 1982, when American Standard rolled out a full line of candy-colored fixtures: rose dawn, heron blue, mint green, promising serenity and style straight from the pages of Better Homes and Gardens. For kids, these bathrooms meant bubble baths in neon pink tubs, soap fights at matching sinks, and the occasional giggle fit over a powder blue toilet. The look was everywhere. Sears and JCPenney catalogs showed entire families grinning beside their new pastel bathrooms, while real estate ads bragged about spa-inspired color palettes. The pastel boom reached its peak in 1984. According to industry sales sheets and internal memos, nearly a third of new bathroom fixtures ordered that year were pastel. Corporate optimism soared, fueled by focus groups who called the shades fresh and modern. But the mood shifted quickly. By the late 1980s, homebuyers started to complain that pastel suites looked dated, like my grandma's house, said one focus group participant. Builders and remodelers quietly dropped colored fixtures in favor of plain white and bone. Internal American Standard documents from 1990 show that pastel orders had collapsed to zero, with leftover inventory gathering dust in warehouses. Today, the pastel bathroom suite survives mostly in family photo albums and retro design blogs. Would anyone install a pink tub and matching toilet now? Maybe a few bold renovators chasing nostalgia. But for most, those baby blue fixtures belong to a time when every bath felt like a scene from a childhood memory, soft colors and all. Ordering a house from a catalog once felt like pure American magic. Between 1908 and 1940, Sears shipped more than 70,000 modern homes kits across the country, each one packed with lumber, nails, and a promise of a better life. By 1978, according to the Sears Modern Homes Registry, 1 in 5 American families considered building their own kit home that year. Model number 6983, a 2-story classic, became a favorite for do-it-yourself dreamers. In Michigan, the Johnson family still keeps a shoebox of receipts, faded photos, and handwritten notes from the summer they built their house. Weekends spent hammering beams, kids hauling shingles, and neighbors stopping by with lemonade and advice. For them, every wall holds a piece of family history, right down to the penciled measurements on the basement studs. Sears catalogs promise that anyone could be their own builder, with step-by-step blueprints and even pre-cut lumber delivered by rail. The appeal was clear: affordable, customizable, and a badge of independence. Family lore grew around these homes, stories of parents finishing the roof at midnight, or kids painting bedrooms in colors straight from the 979 catalog. But the dream didn't last forever. As building codes tightened and labor costs rose, the era of catalog homes faded. By the late 1980s, new regulations made it nearly impossible for unlicensed owners to assemble a house from a kit. Sears quietly ended the program, and the prefab boom was over. Of the 70,000-plus kit homes built, only a fraction remain today, many disguised by renovations or hidden behind new siding. Yet the spirit of the catalog home lingers. With modern prefab technology and a fresh wave of interest in do-it-yourself living, some wonder if the kit home dream might return. Would anyone today trust a house that arrived by freight train and a set of blueprints? Maybe not on the same scale, but for one Michigan family, and thousands like them, nothing says home like a house built by hand, one delivery at a time. In 1972 alone, Sears sold over 10,000 A-frame cabin kits, a number unimaginable today. Across these 10 designs, from split levels and sunken living rooms to pastel bathroom suites, each trend reflected a moment when innovation met family life. According to Better Homes and Gardens, 1 in 5 families considered a kit home by the late 1970s, yet stricter building codes and shifting tastes ended the era. The reasons for disappearance are clear in the record: health risks, changing safety standards, and the push for open concepts drove out shag-carpeted stairs, popcorn ceilings, and conversation pits. Still, questions linger. How many of these once iconic spaces survive, hidden in remodeled basements or untouched attics? What new designs will today's children remember as their own? While the facts confirm these house styles have vanished from new builds, their imprint remains in photo albums, family videos, and old catalogs. As the evidence shows, these weren't just houses. They were the stage for a generation's childhoods, now preserved only in memory and archive.